A man was exploring an unknown underground cave alone, but as the passage suddenly narrowed, a massive rock weighing dozens of pounds broke loose and pinned his left leg down. Even worse, as he struggled to free himself, the cave wall collapsed again, burying him completely from the chest down and leaving him unable to move. A massive rescue operation was launched immediately. For half a month, rescue crews tried every possible method, but just when he was about to be saved, an accident no one could have predicted happened. This is the story of the extreme rescue at Sand Cave in the United States. It was the middle of winter. To make crawling through the cave easier, Collins did what he usually did. He hung his jacket and hat near the entrance before going inside. But he had no idea that disaster was silently closing in. He carefully crouched down, raised his kerosene lantern, and crawled deeper into the cave. As he went farther in, the passage became narrower. Collins had no choice but to lie flat and crawl forward with his body pressed tightly against the ground. Because he had already widened parts of the cave before, some sections of the structure had become unstable. Along the way, he also had to watch out for falling rocks. After crawling about 15 meters, he reached a larger space known as the turnaround chamber. But beyond that point, the space became a narrow crack. For an experienced cave explorer like Collins, this was nothing unusual. He pressed both arms tightly against his body, took a deep breath, compressed his chest, twisted his waist and abdomen, and used his feet to push against the ground, inching forward little by little. After squeezing through several narrow cracks and vertical shafts, Collins finally reached the front of a vertical tunnel. This tunnel was only about 20 centimeters wide, so narrow that it was barely enough for him to pass through. Collins exhaled, tightened his body, and slid more than 2 meters down along the rock wall. His feet successfully landed on solid ground. When he saw the wide chamber in front of him, Collins was filled with excitement. As long as he widened the tunnel and reinforced the areas that were likely to collapse with supports, Sand Cave could eventually become a paid tourist attraction. Collins's dream was finally within reach. But after working for several hours, his kerosene lantern began to flicker and dim. So Collins immediately decided to turn back toward the exit.